Okay, guys, so we're live right now. We have something really special. For the first time ever, Game Theory, Matt Patton himself, has made an official Roblox Game Theory on Rainbow Friends, the Secret Lord Rainbow Friends. We're going to go ahead. We're going to check this out. We're going to react to it along with the chat. Let's just do it. Here we go, man. Here we go. Turn this up. Oh, yeah, here we go, dude. This is going to be good. Is this going to be a jump scare? It's gonna be Rainbow Friends. It's gonna be blue. Man, you know, so Matt Patton was actually gonna make a piggy theory. Sorry to pause the video. He was gonna make a piggy theory a few years ago. The reason why he never did is after piggy ended, obviously it lost popularity a lot, and so he never ended up making the video. But yeah, it was gonna be a piggy video, but he was just too late. He was just too late. Now it's a Rainbow Friends. It's gonna be blue, isn't it? It's gonna be blue right there. Or he's gonna turn around. Blue! Dude, that's gonna be good. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Thanks, Matt.
Taste the rainbow.
Theorize the rainbow?
Theorize the rainbow. And welcome to our first ever Roblox theory.
Here we go, dude. Here we go.
It's hard to believe, but yeah, this is the first time that we've covered anything from the platform. For all the olds that are out there watching, I'm assuming that you hear Roblox and immediately think of the kiddie version of Minecraft.
So many people think Roblox is the free, like, Dollar General version of Minecraft, and it's actually funny because Roblox came before Minecraft, so it's weird why people think that.
Minecraft, but everything looks like Kirkland branded Lego characters. Gotta admit, that's what I thought at first, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Roblox provides a very easy to use tool set to create your own games, and then also provides you the storefront to sell those games. It's kind of like Mario Maker, except for, you know, you're not giving Nintendo free labor. And I gotta say, the games that some people have created inside this thing are incredible. You've got literally every genre out there, from theme park tycoon to pet simulator.
Not that one. Not that one. That one's not that one, Matt Pat. Not not that one.
Because the list of games is nearly infinite, everyone's favorite list is gonna look completely unique. Case in point, lately over on GT Live, I've been catching up on some of the internet's favorite creepy games like Doors, but also the absolute smash hit from the last 2 years, Piggy. But for our inaugural episode, we're gonna be covering a Roblox craze that's a bit more...
It does kind of stink. He never made a theory video on it, but... yeah, that's cool that he's gonna be playing on his other channel.
Recent. The co-op survival horror title, Rainbow Friends. In Rainbow Friends, you and your buddies are sitting on a bus heading on a class trip to an amusement park called Oddworld. But wait, something evil is afoot as a mysterious shadow hand reaches out and switches the directions on the sign, sending the bus down a dirt road towards some sort of biohazard. The bus crashes, for unknown reasons. Our unconscious body is kidnapped, and we wake up in some sort of strange facility. Gotta admit, this game packs more action in the first minute than most do in the first hour. A shadowy voice over the loudspeaker tells us that his blocks have fallen over and that he needs help collecting them, and thus the game begins.
It feels so weird seeing Matt Pat do this, dude. A weird voice tells us our blocks have fallen over.
Enter the Rainbow Friends, a colorful collection of monsters, each with their own personality. Blue will chase you if he sees you, green is blind but has himself a much greater reach, orange will quickly run a set path throughout the facility, and purple is the once-ler.
How bad can I possibly be?
I'm thinking more Dr. Seuss source material and less Tumblr sexy man. Just saying, it's a pair of gloves that sticks out of vents. In the end, it's revealed that our mysterious captor is none other than the final Rainbow Friend, Fred. Hey, it's me, Fred! Wow! That's a blast from the past. I like that I'm...
How many people here know what Fred is? Probably not a lot. Man, I'm old. Oh my God. Does anybody here know Fred? Does anybody know Fred? A few people know Fred? Okay. All right. So we got a few boomers in here too. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Making Fred references, but if you're playing Rainbow Friends, something tells me you might not know who that is. Anyway, it's the final Rainbow Friend, Red, who looks like an octopus squeezed into a business suit. If we have any hope of escaping Red's dark experiments, we'll have to work together with our friends to find all the requisite blocks, food pouches, fuses, and batteries that he demands. Or, you know, you could just be like me and totally luck out, practically beating the entire thing solo on my first playthrough.
Can two presumably experienced Roblox players and a complete noob who's way too old for this survive the game? What are you doing, man? Don't follow me. Stop following me.
Oh, he dressed up as
Blue?
Blue?
Go, no! That's like when the arch nemesis of a game dies.
Oh my God, it's just you.
It's just me.
I should add him on Roblox. That's what we should do.
Unreal! I tried to be calm. I was not calm.
At the end of 5 nights, why does that number seem familiar? The whole thing wraps up with a giant blue monster chasing you through the vents. Why does that also sound familiar? But while this game at first glance might seem like just a co-op survival collectathon, it is so much.
Let's be real. Rainbow Friends is totally 100% a inspired by Poppy Playtime game. Like, let's just be real. It's okay. It's cool. It's not a problem. It's fine. But yeah, there is so much stuff in this game that is from Poppy Playtime. It's actually crazy.
More. There's mysterious rooms and pictures that we find throughout the map that all point us towards a much bigger story. The story of a franchise that's trying desperately to cling to its popularity. No, not FNAF. I'm talking about the lore of Rainbow Friends. So snuggle up with your nearest cardboard box, theorists, because today we're finding the lore hidden inside these factory walls. But before we explore the lore of this mysterious old facility, let me first recommend that you check out a different sort of lore. The YouTube series Home Lore.
Is
which you can
this
binge
an
right
ad?
now over on the
Is
Rocket
this a
Learn
sponsor? Is this a sponsor?
YouTube channel. Our sponsor for today's episode. Home lore is exactly what it sounds like on the tin. The lore of various historical homes found throughout the United States. And at this point, I expect you're asking, how can a house have lore? To which I say,
We just got a hashtag ad, man.
ever seen a horror movie before? Home lore is a lot of fun, touring beautiful real-life locations while covering the legendary and sometimes twisted stories that went down within their walls. Take, for instance, this episode on the Lambermont in Texas, a beautiful castle with a
That place looks haunted. Like, I would never stay in that. Like that place literally looks haunted. I don't even really do ghosts, you know, and like that place is too looking haunted for me. I don't think so. No.
Haunted past. Allegedly, it took years for the bloodstains in here to fade away. But don't worry, they're not all dark and scary. There's
Any house that has a chandelier like that, I'm not going in it. That's
Don't worry, they're not all dark and scary. There's this house that looks like the architect played What Remains of Edith Finch a few too many times. See the resemblance? I also love their tour of a castle in Nashville, which today is used as a recording studio, but started as a gangster gambling house full of hidden secret passageways, false doors, and hidden symbols in the stone walkway. Basically, the series is like those architectural digest videos where they do YouTuber home tours, except these ones are exciting because the stories are actually interesting as opposed to a bunch of rich kids talking about how they overpaid a designer to make their oversized house look quirky. So once you're done with today's episode about the hidden dark lore of a mysterious amusement park, click on over to Home Lore to learn the hidden dark lore of these mysterious old homes.
I'll do
Link
that.
is in
Thanks,
the top
Matt
of the
Pat.
description, and thanks again to the Rocket Learn YouTube channel for their support. Now then, let's talk about some spooky home lore of our own.
You gotta watch the ad. You can't skip. You gotta watch the ad. It's the YouTuber rule, man.
Shall we? Right from the get-go, this game is hinting at tons of background lore. Obviously, there's the opening cutscene. We're in a school bus and we get sent down the spooky path. Look, it's not Shakespeare, but it'll do. When you wake up, you find yourself immediately greeted by a giant cutout of the company's blue mascot, along with a sign that reads River Ride Through Hemlock Woods. Based on the log flume boats that are floating in the water and the floor markers telling you where to stand while you wait for the next boat, this isn't just any random facility, it's an amusement park. Though, not a very well thought out amusement park considering that there are 5 spaces marked out here but only 2 rows per log. Those numbers are not adding up. I did the math for myself. The fact that it's a small amusement park also explains why we're running through everything from a forest and a farm to a castle and a mine within a matter of a few rooms. Going deeper into the facility, we see that this place also acts as a museum. Turns out these Rainbow Friends aren't just mascots for a small kids amusement park, they're actually television stars. One of the podiums shows us sketchbooks used to draw the characters for a cartoon known as Rainbow Funtime Friends. With the podium next to it,
So actually, I don't know. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned it. It was on the thumbnail. There actually was a Rainbow Friends TV show. Kinda. It was called Rainbow, and it came on in the 70s. And this is it right here. It was about these characters. Look familiar, by the way. Look familiar a little bit. But yeah, it was called Rainbow, and it was about these characters here. I don't know if maybe that's what inspired it. I have no idea. But I mean, I mean, it looks pretty similar to me. You know what I mean? Like, that looks pretty similar. And Teletubbies, of course, and Teletubbies. Yeah.
Friends, with the podium next to it holding the original voice recorder that was used to bring him to life. In one of the hallways, there's also a picture of Blue standing next to a child that's titled Blue's Best Friend 1991. But apparently Blue wouldn't be making friends for all that long. In March of that very same year, the facility apparently shut down. We know this based on a handful of computer screens that were left on in another room. They show that the last login date from user O. Davis happened on March 6th, 1991. That O. Davis is most likely Oswald D. Davis, founder of Rainbow Friends, whose portrait that we see in another hallway. The fact that there's such a short period between the amusement park opening and the last login date tells us that things went downhill pretty quickly. My guess
So far, like, we're on the same page. Like, so far, we guessed all of this. Like, I'm feeling really good. You know, like, I'm feeling smart. I'm feeling big brain.
is that the friends were never just people in suits. They were actual jumbo-sized monsters thought to be friendly, but maybe not. They're animalistic, mindless, hungry, which results in us being their next meal. And if you take a look down the hall from the tape recorder and sketchbook, we see the writing on the wall. Next to a Doctor Who looking machine, we see the words, "This is where they were actually made." Given the machine is the size of a human, I think we've all seen enough indie horror games to know where this one's going. These Rainbow Friends are real living creatures made from real living people. On night 3, we even see Red trying to bring something to life. After collecting all 14 fuses, we see electricity fill a small box.
Man, this game really is like a copy of like Poppy Playtime, isn't it? You know, now that I think about it a little bit more, it's pretty yeah, it's pretty close.
That contains parts. Parts that, if you look closely, resemble the parts of a Roblox player. Red was the one using this machine to bring the Rainbow Friends to life, and I suspect I know who Red actually is. By the way, speaking of red, did you know that it's one of my favorite colors? It's true. I like red jackets, red logos, and of course,
I literally have that jacket. I'm not even joking. I literally have the jacket. I got it. This is it. This is the official one. I got it. That's how much of a nerd I am. I got the MatPat Game Theory jacket.
Big red buttons. I like them so much, in fact, that I left one under this video specifically for you. Can't miss it. It has the word subscribe written on it. You know, come to think of it, the only color I like more than red, gray. Because when you click that big red subscribe button, it turns gray. Don't imagine we'll be seeing
It's not red anymore. They changed it.
a gray Rainbow Friend anytime soon. So why don't you click that subscribe button and show a little love to the underappreciated color gray.
Please love me. Click the button. I'm so lonely.
While you're down there, let me know what your favorite weird color is. Could it be Urple, Flan, Goose Turd Green, which is in fact a real color. Its hex code is actually 4EA809. Sorry, well, how did I get on all this again? Oh yeah, we were talking about Red's secret identity. Red is very different to the other Rainbow Friends that we've met thus far. He's not just another mindless creature hungrily roaming the halls. He's the mastermind behind the games. He is the literal squid of these Squid Games, with his big old bug eyes popping out the top of his head. And you see, it's his weird design that I think gives us the biggest clue as to what his true identity is. The head.
Before he says this, who do you guys think Red is? Do you think he's like another monster from another dimension? Do you think he's also a human that was turned into a monster? What are we thinking? I have no idea who Red is. It's clear that he's more intelligent than the other ones. Obviously, clearly. I'm thinking he's Oswald Davis. Yeah. Like, he's one of the characters. Yeah, the creator of Oddworld. Yeah, that's my guess. So I'm guessing either he's always been like this, like he looks like a squid, like he's a squid dude, or he was turned into it or something. Okay.
Of course, reveals him to be the Red Rainbow Friend, but it's the rest of the outfit that I'm interested in. He's wearing a lab coat, which, you know, makes sense. He's the one running the facility, but underneath that, he's wearing a gray suit. Say what you will about his ethics, this man's got style, and it's that style that gives away his identity.
I love that he's examining a Roblox outfit, man.
Based on the pictures that we see hanging on the walls throughout the facility, we know that the story involves two key human characters. The first is Oswald D. Davis, the founder that I previously previously mentioned. The second is someone that we haven't talked about yet, Trenton. No job title, no last name, just Trenton. Now, if you compare both these characters to our buddy Red, you're gonna see that there are practically zero similarities. Oswald and Trenton are human. Red looks like he's a stress toy that's being permanently squeezed to death, no match. Oswald wears a flannel shirt, Trenton wears a leather jacket and low-cut t-shirt. Red is in that business suit with a lab coat. Again, no match. Neither of these guys really fit the bill then, right? Well, not quite. You see, one of them is hiding a secret. There's a glass terrarium in between the two portraits, and while there's nothing really of any note inside, if you look at Trenton's portrait through that glass, it reveals something new. A man in a gray suit with a black
What? Bro! I didn't know that! What? Did you guys know that? Bro, nobody told me that! What the heck, dude? I didn't know that! Like, actually? Wait, that's not like Photoshop or anything? Like he's being for real. Bro, what? I had no idea! Let's see.
new. A man in
It's real. What? Hold up. Wait, let me see again. Wait, go back. Go back.
Look at Trenton's portrait through that glass, it reveals something new.
What?
A man in a gray suit with a black tie and black waistcoat. I gotta say, in all my years of theorizing, this is a first. It's actually one of the coolest, most creative, and most subtle ways of hiding a clue like this. So well done, Rainbow Friends. Really smart stuff. But more importantly, this one gives us our match. Trenton is Red. Which leaves us with one final question. If Red was indeed the one turning people into the Rainbow Friends, why would he choose to transform himself? He knows the others became monsters. There's no guarantee that he wouldn't just turn into a
I had no idea. I had no idea that that was even in the game. And I've played the game for hours. What in the world?
monster himself, so why take the risk? Unless he didn't do it to himself. Someone else pulled the lever on him. Remember that computer that I mentioned earlier? The last user to be logged in was Oswald D. Davis, and we can see that he ran a command within the system. I suspect that command started the transformation sequence. He turned Trenton into Red because he figured out what Trenton was doing. Trenton was clearly hiding things from Oswald. The portrait in the hallway is a direct nod to that, with his true intentions being hidden from view. I don't think Oswald was aware of the experiments to begin with.
Why does that look like me? What in the world, dude? Bro. Bro, what in the world, dude?
Saw the results with these real-life Rainbow Friends, and he thought that they were really wonderful, adding them to the new amusement park that he built on the success of the TV series. However, at some point he found out what Trenton was really doing. It was then that he trapped Trenton inside the machine and activated the program, turning him into a monster just like the rest of him. Oswald then manages to escape and shut the facility down, going on to create a real successful theme park named after him, Oddworld, the theme park that we're meant to be going to at the start of the game.
Right.
I mean, just look at the name. Oswald D. Davis, ODD. This is his park. But despite Oswald's escape, Trenton wasn't done. Let me draw your attention to some more writing on the wall. This time, written in red, we see a message that says, "You only slowed me down." The fact that it's written in red implies that it's Red's writing on the wall, and given what we've already just talked about, I have a feeling he's actually referencing his transformation. While Oswald shut the place down and turned Trenton into a monster, he wasn't finished with his experiments. Oswald just managed to slow down Trenton, but it didn't stop him, which is why he then traps us inside the facility. His work must go on. And that, my friends, is the story of Rainbow Friends Chapter 1.
Bro, that's crazy. I want to go in game and see if that's real. I've never seen that.
We may have escaped the facility, but Red is still around, and I imagine he still wants revenge on the man who betrayed him. I suspect in Chapter 2, we're gonna end up in the middle of an age-old rivalry.
Chapter 2, yeah, about that. I don't know if there's gonna be a Chapter 2. About that, man, Pat. Yeah, the developers haven't they haven't said anything in like almost 2 months about that. They haven't. Their last post was September 11th. Yeah, about that, man. About that. I don't know, man.
between two former business partners. One who just wanted to make a theme park for kids, and the other who wanted to take things to the next level by any means necessary. If I were to predict, I suspect next time we're gonna be at Oddworld, considering it's the next closest location and would make a great setting for a co-op collectathon. And given the use of yellow and pink throughout Chapter 1's facility, it's likely we're not done meeting all the friends from this particular rainbow. In fact, you can technically find them within the existing game files. Yellow is an evil duck. Pink is a googly-eyed alien. Not sure they're gonna be keeping them that way, but regardless.
Wait, what? What do you mean you can find it in the game files? Wait. No. That's not real. That's a studio file. Oh, he thought that that's in the. Those are fan made. Those aren't real. Those aren't real. At least I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure those are not real. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are just in Roblox Studio. I'm like 99%
Regardless,
sure.
I am very excited to see where this story is headed. See ya when Chapter 2 releases. But hey, if you're looking for something to watch in the meantime, one final reminder to check out that YouTube series,
Wow, that was a good video.